the play is, can you see?
Connor has the puck. Made a great shot. One year back up. And that's the score. There it is. On the block. It's the first score of the game.
Takes the game over the Hurrians. It's Burley hit the three. Leo scores. Great shot. Score! Sophie Vernon slides the back of the net from the faceoff circle, and with 1:14 to go, the Raiders take a 3-2 lead.
And welcome back to an all-new Black Red Blitz. As always, I'm your host, Rebecca Karen. We kick off this new episode with girls lacrosse. Coming off a solid win over Weymouth, the Raiders would follow that up on the road, crushing Milton in the process, before dominating over school vacation with 2 more victories, winning the Boston Beantown Shootout. Now back home, Raiders have some tough games ahead, starting first on Friday morning, facing a Dover-Sherborn team coming in with talent. 5-1 record, with one of those victories coming over Westwood. So in the battle of the Raiders, let's also add to the challenges with, no surprise, the weather not helping out either. Taking an early 2-goal edge here though, thanks to free position scores by Caitlin Tchaikovsky and Maddie Balter. Balter would then switch what looks like a Wellesley turnover in the windswept rain to running through multiple defenders and finding her way to the net. Maddie Balter buries it past goalie Natalie Grozer for her second score in a matter of seconds. Caitlin Tchaikovsky with a fantastic play here, fakes it, finds separation, goes up and under 2 defenders' sticks, then adds another fake to the right, just buries it past everyone. Weather just plain stinks, but the offense is looking legit here, as this 4-0 advantage quickly goes to a 6-1 lead at the half. So the second begins and the Raiders, no, the other ones, start to find a rhythm offensively behind their 2 captains, in Maddie Shue and Allie Jordan. On this play, Shue flips the ball to Jordan on the give and go, and Shue takes it right back and finds nothing but net to make it a 6-2 deficit. Score remains the same until Allie Jordan dishes it to Barrett Lard, who scores. And suddenly Dover-Sherborn has opened up this final half with 2 quick goals, making it 6-3 Wellesley. But the Raiders would make a comeback by those other Raiders even more challenging by getting back to scoring, as May Sheehan finds the cutter Maddie Balter. And Gail Bennett then dishing it to Caitlin Tchaikovsky as Wellesley matches those 2 earlier goals by Dover-Sherborn and score 2 quick ones of their own, and now lead 8-3. Give credit to Allie Jordan and Maddie Shue as they both do what they can to try to keep their Raiders still in this game. But scores by Brooke Baker and yet another by junior captain Caitlin Tchaikovsky help put this game out of reach for good as Wellesley's lead stands in at 11-5. And so with this test, the Raiders looked solid in this one, winning 13-6 as they could now focus on their game of the week, as Monday would bring in their toughest test yet in Westwood. So we fast forward to Monday with a big game, where it's pretty rare to see these 2 teams face off here in the regular season. Well, in the MIAA playoffs, it's pretty much a given that they will meet up come tourney time. Last season's loss in the semifinals to the Wolverines still on their minds. That loss was still competitive, exciting, and something this team right now to build on. So this opening half, Westwood holds a 2 spot already, but Nicole Beckett, impressive on defense and controlling the draws, once again helps keep it Raider possession on this play, moving downfield with speed. Beckett centers it to Maddie Balter, and Balter sets and buries it with the score, now down 2-1. Kelly Doonan, though, would go back-to-back with scores as she zigs and zags around the defense, pushing Wolverines' lead back up to 4-1. But down by 3, springs Raiders into action here as the reliable combo of Caitlin Tchaikovsky and Maddie Balter once again bursts to perfection right here. Haley Connaughton would then fire away 2 more scores, though, but now down 7-2 closing into halftime. Wellesley digs in and works hard to cut into that deficit. After May Sheehan nets the free position score, how about the effort and finish here by junior captain Grace Ahonen, earning this score for sure, down 7-4. Gail Bennett then makes it only 2 goals that stand between them. And as Sophie Vandervelde makes this great save, ending the first, Westwood holds a 9-5 advantage. Defensively going into these final 25 minutes, if Wellesley can hold off this Wolverines offense, we still very much got a game here. But the second opens up not the way Wellesley wanted it to, as it's Westwood who has the momentum, as Sarah Raycroft and Georgia Salvatore net 2 quick ones in the opening minute, taking their lead to 11-5. Wolverines quickly pulling away here, leading 15-6 deeper into this final half. Raiders need an answer ASAP. Bridget Noonan finds Caitlin Tchaikovsky to help stop Westwood's run. And then Noonan again feeds it across to Maddie Balter, who takes care of the rest, netting another score. But Wellesley still finds themselves down big, 15-8. So in the end, Raiders as a team would bury 10 goals against this Westwood squad, which that in itself is noteworthy, as not a lot of teams can say they've done that. But defensively, Raiders just could not stop the Wolverines' offensive attack. So this goes down as a tough loss, but certainly one to learn from. Later on, these teams could very well battle on the turf once again in the playoffs. But for now, this one goes down as a 18-10 loss. So this busy Monday of Wellesley sports is just getting started as we head over to Lee Field, where girls softball will look to come back strong from their vacation break. And what better way to do that than to earn a victory here at home against the Brookline Warriors. So after a 1-2-3 first for both sides, pitcher Julia Pearl opens up this bottom second, driving the first pitch she sees to left for the leadoff double. Pearl then heads to third on a pass ball and quickly comes across the plate, as this is second time a more than catchable pitch by Warriors' Emily Strait gets by our catcher. And Pearl scores the first run of the game to give Wellesley a 1-0 advantage after 2. Bottom third is huge for the Raiders as they load them up, and 2 runs quickly come across by way of a run walked in and a hit batter. Sarah Farnsworth then rips it up the middle for a 2-run single. Now it's a 5-0 lead for Wellesley, still with only 1 out. Next batter, Elizabeth Dew, grounds it out to Charlotte Reddish, but the throw gets away from first base and another run scores on the error. As you look through this game, you gotta admit starting pitcher Emily Strait isn't really having that bad of a day on the mound for the Warriors, but honestly, the defense around her has seriously not helped her out in the least, as yet another throwing error brings across another unearned Wellesley run. And these Raiders are quickly cashing in on Brookline's mistakes, leading 7-0. So as we head deeper into this game, now stacked with a 9-0 commanding lead, Julia Pearl on the mound can just continue to be on cruise control, shutting down the Warriors, as Brookline goes down in order on 4 pitches, as this 1-2-3-4 quickly flies by and keeps the shutout going strong. Brookline's bats have been silenced through 4, but here in the 5th, finally get a runner on, only to see Stephanie Morales' line drive get snared by Julia Pearl for the 3rd out, putting an end to this top 5th before any momentum for Brookline can find a spark. This 9-run advantage gets pushed to 10 as Mary Bevelasqua bloops it to right, bringing Ellie Kinney around to score. And that is it for this game as the mercy rule goes into effect. So Wellesley comes in here and earns a well-played, solid win here in only 5 innings, beating Brookline by the final 10-0. So Tuesday, girls lacrosse would look to quickly forget their loss just 24 hours before to Westwood by instead focusing on beating their next opponent, the Brookline Warriors, here in the nasty, cold, windy rain. You know, a typical spring day here in New England. So with pregame warm-ups underway and Warriors arriving late as well, game time gets delayed. So when first draw finally comes, trust me when I say all the players are completely drenched, because I am too. Opening minutes to this first, Brookline ties it up 2-2 on this free shot. Maybe you're thinking, well, this weather is going to create more turnovers, so maybe this will be a tight Bay State Conference match. Yeah, no. As Wellesley dropkicks those doubts right out of the stadium. Find the cutter, as Maddie Balter and Grace Ahonen bury back-to-back goals here, breaking that early tie and giving Raiders a better advantage with a 4-2 lead. And despite a Warriors timeout, Raiders find that offensive spark And Cole Callahan adds to it seconds after that break is taken. Maddie Balter then looks for the pass dish inside, but makes a move and sees the opening instead. Balter buries it easily, finding nothing but net. And Raiders hold a 6-2 edge deeper into this first. So we fast forward to the second, 9-3 Wellesley. Grace Ahonen with a great play here. Switching it up and goes sidearm for the score, and Brookline's deficit keeps getting bigger as this weather keeps getting colder. Raiders put the finishing touches to this commanding victory, and despite that nasty cold rain, well, that couldn't put a stop to this Raiders offense. As well as they pushed aside an early 2-2 tie, and behind a solid first game in net for freshman goalie Anna Haru, the Raiders ran away with this one, 14-4 over Brookline. Well, after taking care of their last opponent, Braintree, in a decisive 3-set sweep, boys volleyball would be right back in action the very next day here on Tuesday to face down a much tougher test in the Newton North Tigers. The Tigers come in with their only one loss of the season by way of a 5-set battle against unbeaten Needham, a team who has made its mark on the state title multiple times. So this game won't be easy for Wellesley. After winning the first set 25-18, Raiders would see the next two be taken quickly by the Tigers. Now down 2-1, this fourth is key for the Raiders to respond, or else face a loss here at home. Already down 5-1 in this match, Raiders get a spark from Luke Stunts. His clutch kills help Wellesley edge closer to erasing this early deficit. Adding to that, Captain Griffin Walker would bring down a commanding kill right here that ties it up 7-7. This fourth would be an absolute battle, as both teams continue to trade ties and 1-point leads here as we hit the halfway mark. Well, halfway for a normal 25-point set. As this one, well, it just doesn't want to end. Raiders tie it at 23-23 as Mark Ash's spike goes out of bounds. Bad for Newton North, great for Wellesley. When volleyball first team at 25 wins the set, but it has to be by 2 points or more. So with Tigers edging out Raiders 24-23, this serve right here is key as Newton North looks for a 25-23 final. But Griffin Walker lays down a perfect spike that no Tiger can get to, and that ties it up again at 24 even. So there will be no winner at 25. Both sides just going all out on the individual effort, looking to break this tie, finding separation. Luke Stunts knows that ball is heading out in this play and lets it go. Point to Wellesley. And I think it's safe to say these Raiders are excited. The key serve is coming up, but Newton North also knows what's on the line here. And Ravis Emenaker's spike cannot be countered by Griffin Walker. Again, it's tied, 25-25. And so it continues. Let's go to 30-30. Dylan Horkin sets, Luke Stunts lays down the finish, and that 1-point advantage is Raiders. Or will the next one go to them for a set win? Well, no pressure here as Chris Novak brings down this crucial serve. Tigers can't react. And so the longest set match I can ever remember, 62 points come across here, with Wellesley battling for the chance to play the fifth and now deciding set, 32-30. So if you're the team that somehow came out on top after that one, well, you are for sure going to have a ton of momentum coming in to this final match, as the first team to 15 will win this. The points come early and often, and no surprise, the side with Wellesley. Switching sides midway through this one and carrying an 8-4 advantage with them, Raiders keep that spark going as Dylan Horkin even gets the net bounce to go his way here, as the lead extends to 11-5. And Horkin's serves would be clutch, pushing the Raider lead to 14-6, giving them only one more point to go. Though possession finally goes back to Newton North, it's only for the moment as Dylan McDonough's serve comes through. Julio Martin-Marin with the dig, Dylan Horkin sets, and Ben Burns with the decisive spike brings home the game-winning point. What a game as this team just goes crazy, and why not when you're down 2-1, fight back in the longest fourth set I've ever seen, and just own the fifth to take this exciting come-from-behind victory here at home. A ton of effort, clutch plays, and just plain teamwork gets this one done. As the Raiders win this battle over Newton North, 5 sets, 3-2. Well, that wraps up another new episode, but we have just barely hit the midway point of this season. So you know what that means. More Black Red Blitz and more Raider highlights heading your way. So sit tight, chillax, and in the meantime, check us out anytime, any day of the week, on demand at wellesleymedia.org, our YouTube and Facebook pages at Wellesley Public Media, and of course, right here on Comcast 9 and Verizon 39. Thanks for watching Black Red Blitz. Go Raiders.
He's got some room to run. Kissman, 10 for a touchdown. Kissman.